Leviticus chapters 16 through 18. And the Lord spoke to Moses after the two sons of Aaron died in bringing strange fire before the Lord, so they died. And the Lord said to Moses, Speak to Aaron thy brother, and let him not come in at all times into the holy place within the veil before the propitiatory, which is upon the ark of the testimony, and he shall not die. For I will appear in a cloud on the propitiatory. Thus shall Aaron enter into the holy place with the calf of the herd for a sin offering, and having a ram for a whole burnt offering. And he shall put on the consecrated linen tunic, and he shall have on his flesh the linen drawers, and shall gird himself with a linen girdle, and shall put on the linen cap. They are holy garments. And he shall bathe all his body in water, and shall put them on. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 lamb for a whole burnt offering. And Aaron shall bring the calf of his own sin offering, and shall make atonement for himself and for his house. He shall take the 2 goats, and place them before the Lord by the door of the tabernacle of witness. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, one for the Lord, and the other for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring forward the goat on which the lot for the Lord fell, and shall offer him for a sin offering. And the goat upon which the lot for the scapegoat came, he shall present alive before the Lord, to make atonement upon him, so as to send him away as a scapegoat, and he shall send him into the wilderness. And Aaron shall bring the calf for his sin, and shall make atonement for himself and for his house, and he shall kill the calf for his sin offering. He shall take his censer full of coals of fire off the altar, which is before the Lord, and he shall fill his hands with the fine compound incense, and shall bring it within the veil, and he shall put the incense on the fire before the Lord, and the smoke of the incense shall cover the mercy seat over the tables of testimony, and he shall not die. And he shall take the blood of the calf, and sprinkle with his finger on the mercy seat eastward. Before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle 7 times the blood with his finger. And he shall kill the goat for the sin offering that is for the people before the Lord. And he shall bring in of its blood within the veil, and shall do with its blood as he did with the blood of the calf, and shall sprinkle its blood on the mercy seat in front of the mercy seat. He shall make atonement for the sanctuary of account of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and for their trespasses in the matter of all their sins. And thus shall he do the tabernacle of witness established among them in the midst of their uncleanness. There shall be no man in the tabernacle of witness when he goes in to make atonement in the holy place, until he shall come out, and he shall make atonement for himself, and for his house, and for all the congregation of the children of Israel. And he shall come forth to the altar that is before the Lord, and he shall make atonement upon it. And he shall take of the blood of the calf and of the blood of the goat, and shall put it on the horns of the altar round about. And he shall sprinkle some of the blood upon it 7 times with his finger, and shall purge it, and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. And he shall finish making atonement for the sanctuary, and for the tabernacle of witness, and for the altar. And he shall make a cleansing for the priests, and shall bring the living goat. And Aaron shall lay his hands on the head of the live goat, and he shall declare over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel, and all their unrighteousness, and all their sins. And he shall lay them upon the head of the live goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a ready man into the wilderness. And the goat shall bear their unrighteousness upon him into a desert land. And Aaron shall send away the goat into the wilderness. And Aaron shall enter into the tabernacle of witness, and shall put off the linen garment which he had put on as he entered into the holy place, and shall lay it by there. And he shall bathe his body in water in the holy place, and shall put on his raiment, and shall go out and offer the whole burnt offering for himself, and the whole burnt offering for the people, and shall make atonement for himself, and for his house, and for the people, as for the priests. And he shall offer the fat for the sin offering on the altar. And he that sends forth the goat that has been set apart to be let go shall wash his garments, and bathe his body in water, and afterwards shall enter into the camp. And the calf for the sin offering, and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in the holy place, they shall carry forth out of the camp, and burn them with fire, even their skins, and their flesh, and their dung. And he that burns them shall wash his garments, and bathe his body in water, and afterwards he shall enter into the camp. And this shall be a perpetual statute for you. In the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, you shall humble your souls, and shall do no work, the native and the stranger who abides among you. For in this day he shall make an atonement for you, to cleanse you from all your sins before the Lord, and ye shall be purged. This shall be to you a most holy Sabbath, a rest, and ye shall humble your souls, as perpetual ordinance. And the priest, whomsoever they shall anoint, shall make atonement, and whomsoever they shall consecrate to exercise the priestly office after his father, and he shall put on the linen robe, the holy garment. And he shall make atonement for the most holy place, and the tabernacle of witness, and he shall make atonement for the altar, and for the priests, and he shall make atonement for all the congregation. And this shall be to you a perpetual statute to make atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins. It shall be done once in the year, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and to his sons, to all the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, This is the word which the Lord hath commanded, saying, Every man of the children of Israel, or the strangers abiding among you, who shall kill a calf, or a sheep, or a goat in the camp, or who shall kill it out of the camp, and shall not bring it to the door of the tabernacle of witness, so as to sacrifice it for a whole burnt offering or peace offering to the Lord, to be acceptable for a sweet-smelling savor, and whosoever shall slay it without, and shall not bring it into the door of the tabernacle of witness, so as to offer it as a gift to the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, blood shall be imputed to that man. He has shed blood. That soul shall be cut off from his people. That the children of Israel may offer their sacrifices, all that they shall slay in the fields, and bring them to the Lord, unto the doors of the tabernacle of witness, to the priest, and they shall sacrifice them as a peace offering to the Lord. And the priest shall pour the blood on the altar round about before the Lord by the doors of the tabernacle of witness, and shall offer the fat for a sweet-smelling savor to the Lord. And they shall no longer offer their sacrifices to vain gods, after which they go a-whoring. It shall be a perpetual statute to you for your generations. And thou shalt say to them, Whatever man of the children of Israel, or of the sons of the proselytes abiding among you, shall offer a whole burnt offering or a sacrifice, and shall not bring it to the door of the tabernacle of witness to sacrifice it to the Lord, that man shall be destroyed from among his people. And whatever man of the children of Israel, or the strangers abiding among you, shall eat any blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eats blood, and will destroy it from its people. For the life of flesh is in its blood, and I have given it to you on the altar to make atonement for your souls. For its blood shall make atonement for the soul. Therefore I said to the children of Israel, No soul of you shall eat blood, and the stranger that abides among you shall not eat blood. And whatever man of the children of Israel, or the stranger that abiding among you, shall take any animal in hunting, beast or bird, which is eaten, then shall he pour out its blood, and cover it in the dust. For the blood of all flesh is its life. And I said to the children of Israel, You shall not eat the blood of any flesh, for the life of all flesh is its blood. Everyone that eats it shall be destroyed. And every soul which eats that which has died of itself, or is taken of beasts, either among the natives or among the strangers, shall wash his garments, and bathe himself in water, and shall be unclean until evening. Then he shall be clean. But if he do not wash his garments, and do not bathe his body in water, then shall he bear his iniquity. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, I am the Lord your God. You shall not do according to the devices of Egypt in which ye dwelt, and according to the devices of the land of Canaan, into which I bring you. Ye shall not do, and ye shall not walk in their ordinances. Ye shall observe my judgments, and shall keep my ordinances, and shall walk in them. I am the Lord your God. So ye shall keep all my ordinances, and all my judgments, and do them, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord your God. No man shall draw nigh to any of his near kindred to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father, or the nakedness of thy mother, for she is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's wife. It is thy father's nakedness. The nakedness of thy sister by thy father or by thy mother, born at home or abroad, their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. The nakedness of thy son's daughter or thy daughter's daughter, their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, because it is thy nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of the daughter of thy father's wife. She is thy sister by the same father. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister, for she is near kin to thy father. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is near akin to thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother, and thou shalt not go into his wife, for she is thy relation. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law, for she is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. The nakedness of a woman and her daughter shalt thou not uncover. Her son's daughter and her daughter's daughter shalt thou not take, to uncover their nakedness, for they are thy kinswomen. It is impiety. Thou shalt not take a wife in addition to her sister as a rival, to uncover her nakedness in opposition to her while she is yet living. And thou shalt not go into a woman under separation for her uncleanness, to uncover her nakedness. And thou shalt not lie with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. And thou shalt not give of thy seed to serve a ruler. And thou shalt not profane my holy name. I am the Lord. And thou shalt not lie with a man as with a woman, for it is an abomination. Neither shalt thou lie with any quadruped for copulation, to be polluted with it. Neither shall a woman present herself before any quadruped to have connection with it, for it is an abomination. Do not defile yourselves with any of these things, for in all these things the nations are defiled, which I drive out before you, and the land is polluted, and I have recompensed their iniquity to them because of it, and the land is aggrieved with them that dwell upon it. And ye shall keep all my statutes and all my ordinances, and ye shall do none of these abominations, neither the native nor the stranger that joins himself with you. For all these abominations the men of the land did who were before you, and the land was defiled. And lest the land be agreed with you in your polluting it, as it was agreed with the nations before you. For whosoever shall do any of these abominations, the souls that do them shall be destroyed from among their people. And ye shall keep mine ordinances, that ye may not do any of the abominable practices which have taken place before your time. And ye shall not be polluted in them, for I am the Lord your God. Psalm 36:37 in Hebrew, verses 1 through 20. A Psalm of David. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be envious of them that do iniquity. For they shall soon be withered as the grass, and shall soon fall away as the green herbs. Hope in the Lord and do good, and dwell on the land, and thou shalt be fed with the wealth of it. Delight thyself in the Lord, and he shall grant thee the request of thy heart. Disclose thy way to the Lord, and hope in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Submit thyself to the Lord, and supplicate him. Fret not thyself because of him that prospers in his way, as the man that does unlawful deeds. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself so as to do evil. For evildoers shall be destroyed, but they that wait on the Lord, they shall inherit the land. And yet a little while, and the sinner shall not be, and thou shalt seek for a place, and shalt not find it. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The sinner will watch for the righteous, and gnash his teeth upon him. But the Lord shall laugh at him, for he foresees that his day will come. Sinners have drawn their swords, they have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay the upright in heart. Let their sword enter into their own heart, and their bows be broken. A little is better to the righteous than abundant wealth of sinners, for the arms of the sinner shall be broken, but the Lord supports the righteous. The Lord knows the way of the perfect, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in an evil time, and in days of famine they shall be satisfied. For the sinners shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord at the moment of their being honored and exalted have utterly vanished like smoke. Proverbs chapter 7, verses 21 through 23. So with much converse she prevailed on him to go astray, and with the snares of her lips she forced him from the right path. And he followed her, being gently led on, and that as an ox is led to the slaughter, and as a dog to bonds, or as a hart shot in the liver with an arrow, and he hastens as a bird into a snare, not knowing that he is running for his life. The Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 24, verses 29 through 51. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant, whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily, I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shalt cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.